Hello, everybody. Nana does 2 in 1 day. How's that? Have to do a little follow-up from the vote. Pardon my looks. Just came in with my toque on and everything else. It's 10 degrees outside. It's a little chilly. So I had to have a toque and everything on. So my hair is a mess and pshaw. Small problem, big world, right? Now, before I get into what I want to talk about in this vote thing, I have had a bunch of Trumpy people, let's say that, MAGAs coming on trolling my site and saying that it's sour grapes, he won the election, you got Trump derangement syndrome. Well, they're right about that. Trump is deranged and it is a syndrome. We'll go with that. But they were saying, I got one today all in caps, you're jealous because he won in a landslide. It's like, no, he didn't, because I'm going to put this up front, because Trump won the election, no doubt in my military mind. He won the popular vote, but he won 77,302,169 votes. That's 49.9% of those who voted. Kamala Harris won by got 75,015,834 votes. That's 48.4% of the total. And then Jill Stein got 782,506 votes. RFK Jr. got 756,377. Some guy named Oliver, I don't even know who that is, got 641,294 votes. I don't even know who he is. Anybody else know? Enlighten me, please. And other write-ins that they put got 188,817. Now, if this Oliver guy, and this is, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theorist, this is my twisted mind going here. If nobody's heard of this guy, how did he get 641,000 votes? So anyway, the total from Harris's, Stein, RFK, Oliver, and other is 77,384,828 votes. Okay? So you subtract those from Trump's 77,302,169 votes, and you get a deficit of 82,659 total. That's how many votes he won by. That is not a fecking landslide by any stretch of any imagination. He won by 1.5% of the vote. 82,659 votes. That's all. And now they're saying places like Wisconsin, they found something like 800 and some odd votes at one precinct. So I don't know if there's more of that going around, because she only lost, they're saying, by maybe 7,000 or 8,000 votes. I don't know how that works. So I'm just going by, I'm starting to sound like a friggin' MAGA, what I heard. But I've seen it in print too. So, but anyway, so Mini Mike, I got no Johnson, is the new Speaker of the House for the 119th Congress. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries got 215 votes out of 215 people. And Speaker Johnson got 218 votes out of 219, because Representative Massey voted not only no, but hell no, and stuck to his guns. He would not change his vote, even though the Mango Moose Knuckle tried to persuade him, in my opinion. I believe they were all the ones that held out. I think there was 6 of them that held out. And at one point, you seen Chip Roy on the floor on the phone, and he had to get up and go to the back of the room, because I believe the Mango Moose Knuckle was on the phone saying, no, no, no. You vote for him, you vote for him. But they all voted for other people. I think Byron Donalds got 1 vote. Jim Bag Jordan or Jim Bag Jockstrap got a vote. But anyway, I believe Mango Moose Knuckle spoke to them and said, come on board, or we will make your life very difficult. Chip Roy's been pretty outspoken, and so is Massey. Jeffrey said that his caucus would work bipartisanly with the opposition as long as it's for all the people in the United States. And he also said, the big smile on his face, and there are no election deniers on our side of the aisle. He told them to drop the word entitlement from their mouths too when it comes to Social Security, because that's high on their list to knock that down. They want to knock it down by, if not get rid of it totally, by about 75%, which is off the chain ridiculous, seeing as it's not an entitlement. It is your money, and you are entitled to it. How about that? They also want, he said, to keep Medicare, Medicaid, and school lunch programs and feeding hungry kids out of your mouth as well. Social Security is something that you pay into, right? You pay into that. That's you, the people, pay into your retirement. It is money you basically banked. You paid into it, it goes into a fund, and it doesn't come out of the deficit. It doesn't get nothing. So if they can't cut that, saying they're going to save money because that money isn't entered into the budget. It's not, because it's paid for by the people, put it simply. So Mini Mike was praised for being a good, godly man, and this time his wife Kelly, the psychologist, in name only because she has no degree, but operates a therapy business. She had a big online thing too, but 2 years ago when he ran for speaker, all of a sudden her Facebook for her business, everything, all that came down. So I don't know if she's doing it in secret or what, but she was one of those proponents for conversion therapy, and she just figured that we could pray away the gay. Yeah, pray away the gay. And Mike said the last time that she couldn't be there at his swearing in because she was so tired from being on her knees for 2 weeks. And there was some mention of Trump in there somewhere, but she was on her knees for 2 weeks, just saying. So she was a little tired. But there was only one vote, because in my opinion, after he didn't have the votes, they didn't gavel out that session like they did every other time. He didn't have the votes. He was shy, like 7 votes or something like that. They didn't gavel out that session and start a new vote. They just didn't gavel it out. They just persuaded people on the phone from Mar-a-Lago, is my guess. But yeah, I was really surprised. They didn't gavel it out. They kept it open so Trump could threaten the ones that abstained, voted for Jim Bag Jockstrap, or voted for Rep. Emmer. I think that's who Massey voted for, was Representative Emmer. Only Massey stuck to his guns. None of the rest did. Even Victoria Spaz relented, chickened out, whatever, and said Johnson's name. And it's not surprising, seeing as she doesn't represent, according to the Kyiv Post, she doesn't represent the interests of Ukraine or the Ukrainian American community. She attacks the president of Ukraine and also disgracefully denigrated both the president of the United States and President Zelensky. So Ukraine has no love for her either, just saying. Then there's Tim Burchett. Seems to say that Chip Roy of Texas was holding out for a chairmanship of the Rules Committee, because chairmanship, Chip Roy, and Rules Committee all came out of Tim Burchett's mouth. He changed his dissent to a vote for Johnson. So I'm wondering, did he get the chairmanship of the Rules Committee? Did they give him that? Because Mike Johnson's going around saying, I didn't make any deals with anybody. Apparently he's been campaigning pretty hard for the whole week before. Maybe he didn't say anything directly today, but he was doing a lot of this with people coming up on his shoulder and stuff. He was doing a lot of that. So I believe he made deals, and I believe he lied some more. So they're looking to make that rule. So remember the one that Kevin McCarthy made? And so he could be speaker? That it would only take one person to say, get the hell out, we don't want you. Vacate the Speaker of the House chair. Well, apparently now they're going to try and boost that up to, it takes 9 people to kick his ass out of there. And you know what? They're going to need those votes. If they want to get rid of him, they're going to need a bunch of people, because if they only had 1 vote, he'd be gone tomorrow. Just saying. So they only needed 1 challenge to unseat him, and they can't afford that this time around. They can't. So here we go with the 119th Congress got sworn in today, and we shall see if the 14th Amendment, Section 3, comes up on January the 6th to say somebody that caused and abetted an insurrection can't become president, senator, or any other elected office in the land because you participated in an insurrection to stop the count of the votes. That's an insurrection. You want to stop the vote count and stop the progress of government? That's called an insurrection. That's why those 1,000 or so people were arrested. Yeah. And SCOTUS apparently mentioned Section 5 or something like that, where Section 5 says the Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article, Article 14. So, there would have to be at least 2/3 vote in both the Senate and the House, I believe, to remove the mango moose knuckle now. And I don't see that happening, seeing as they have the House, they have the Senate, they have the SCOTUS, and they have the White House. And apparently people that love him are blowing up vehicles and whatever what happened in Louisiana, in New Orleans. And there's a guy up from Virginia, the FBI just busted him. Somebody squealed on him saying he was amassing weapons of destruction. So the FBI showed up and there was tons of different ammunition, 150 finished explosive devices, pipe bombs. 150. They haven't busted anybody with 150 finished. They've just got people that had enough material to make 150, but not all ready to go. So yeah, that was up in Virginia. And you know what? This guy apparently does a lot of target shooting and stuff, and his targets are all pictures of President Joe Biden. Now, can you imagine if he had President Mango Moose Knuckles' face on those targets and was blowing them up? It wouldn't have taken a month to get that story out. Just saying. Anyway, 9N loves you. That's the conclusion of today's vote and whatever the hell else is going on. 9N loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you. Mwah. Time for dinner.